we're going to have an exclusive Minnesota Vikings show called Purple Mafia. And, well, this is it. Welcome aboard. We're going to actually talk Vikings, baby. We're going to have a show dedicated to the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm very happy to have this thing rocking and rolling, as this is episode 1. It is April 24th, 2008. Luck has it that I have time to finally get this thing started, despite my busy schedule. And, well, there's a big draft on Saturday. Oh, wait, the Vikings won't be picking 17th because we acquired Jared Allen. That's right, Jared Allen from the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sure most of you Viking fans out there already know this. I mean, duh, unless you've been in a cave the last couple of days. But, yeah, Jared Allen turns the Vikings front line into something amazing. I mean, quite possibly the best defensive line in the NFL, the entire NFL, and I couldn't be happier. You got the Williams Wall, you got Jared Allen, and even Ray Edwards is a pretty good player. I mean, he went out there, he did a pretty good job last year. So the Vikings defense, pretty darn good. And now, obviously, the addition of Jared Allen, finally giving us a true pass rush for the first time in many, many, many years, improves the secondary because they're going to, the quarterback is not going to have nearly as much time to throw the football and to pick apart our secondary and make good players look bad, like has been happening pretty much forever. Their secondary has been picked on forever, even though they're better than the numbers would indicate and the scoreboard would indicate. So, and the quarterback has no time to throw the ball. Well, what happens? You got it. Everybody gets better. And, hey, even if Jared Allen's sack numbers drop this year, you got to believe that many teams will be focusing on Jared Allen hardcore, which will open things up for everybody else, including Ray Edwards, the other defensive end on this ball club. And Ray Edwards, 3 years younger than Jared Allen. He was a fourth-round pick, also fourth round, just like Jared Allen last year. He had 5 sacks, so he did his part in only 12 games, by the way. So he's a 2-year quote-unquote veteran, pretty young guy. He was born on New Year's Day in 1985, so, yeah, pretty young dude. Yeah, the Williams Wall is going to have more openings. Obviously, everybody's got to focus on Pat Williams just because he's so darn big. Well, people focus on him. People got to focus on Kevin Williams because he's so darn good. People got to focus on Jared Allen because he's so darn good. And Ray Edwards, boom, he's probably going to, I guarantee you, his sack total is going to go up because there's going to be a lot of work going, for the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers and whoever else play against us. Green Bay Packers, of course, the season opener team going against the Minnesota Vikings. But things looking great. The Vikings also adding Bernard Berrien earlier. It was early March, I believe March 3rd or so. He's in the mix. Yahoo's still saying he's number 80. Now, he's going to be donning the number 81. There is no Minnesota Viking that will ever wear 80 again. That is Chris Carter's number. It will not be relinquished. And, yeah, that's just the way it is. Gus Frerotte brought in to be the Vikings backup to help Tavares Jackson. They said something about it's going to help him push Tavares Jackson, or it's going to help the team push Tavares Jackson. Yeah, right. I don't think we're going to be really worrying about Gus Frerotte being the starting quarterback. I doubt it. Highly doubt that, even though, he's been capable of being a pretty good player over the years. He's 36, and the last 2 years he played not so great, but I think he's going to push Tavares Jackson in terms of he's going to really help him just get better in terms of he was a steady performer over his career, and he was a steadying influence for Dante Culpepper, and I got to think it's going to be the same for Tavares Jackson. Dante Culpepper, a fairly fragile individual. I'm not sure exactly how Tavares Jackson is. He didn't seem all that fragile, so he's looking like an okay player out there. Made a few mistakes. A lot of Viking fans think Tavares Jackson's very good. A lot of Viking fans think he totally sucks. I think he's in the middle. I'd say I lean towards him being like a C- quarterback, right around there. It's pretty much what he is right now until things change, and things can change for anybody. As David Gerard a few years ago, nobody knew who he was. Now he's looked on as a pretty solid guy. He was the backup for a guy by the name of Byron Leftwich in Jacksonville, and Byron Leftwich is looking for a job, and David Gerard's one of the better starters in the league. So things happen, things change, good things can happen to guys that no one's heard of, and Tavares was one of those guys. So We'll see what happens. Obviously, he could be the next Spurgeon win also. We just don't know yet. Just give him time. We'll see what happens. I would prefer the Vikings bring in one more quarterback via the draft or maybe another free agent. Who knows? We'll see what happens. It wouldn't be bad bringing in some some guy who is just like, you never know. You pick him up in the 4th, 5th round like a developmental quarterback.
Hot